Hello. Okay, that's better.
Joey.
Hey.
Hi, I brought a friend.
Hello, friend. What's your name?
CJ.
Okay, you both said it at once, which was so cool, but then I couldn't hear it.
CJ.
CJ, nice to meet you, CJ. I'm Brian.
Nice to meet you too.
Woo, it's gonna be awesome. Just adding people in here.
Hello, friend. What's your name?
So if you have a live link, go ahead and mute that in the background so that you don't hear me talking in the background.
Okay.
Boom.
So yeah, just make sure to mute that. And we'll be going here in just a few minutes. But I wanted this to sort of be like a lobby time as people are coming in, just to sort of say hi to each other and connect. And then I'll help people who are having trouble getting in, which I'm sure people will. I'm getting Sarah unmuted here. She's on mute.
She's on mute.
I know, but I'm gonna unmute.
Hi. I
Hey.
thought you told me to.
No, sorry, not that one. The live link.
Oh,
So they're
that's
two
good.
separate links. So we've got this one. This is our stage, basically, and then the other one's gonna be like our live to watch everybody else.
Okay.
So the live is about like 10 seconds behind. So if you're like playing that, it's weird. Cool. Well, say hi to each other, guys. Say hello. Introduce yourselves. Oh, and one more thing. Sorry. Make sure your name is your name. So for sometimes it's like, yo, I'm B. Sweens, you know, or sometimes it's just iPhone or iPad. Make sure your name is your name because that's how I'll call you in later. So say hello, everybody.
So you're telling me I need to switch my name to Truman Hendricks? That's what I'm hearing.
That's all right. Yeah.
There we go. Cool.
How's everybody doing?
I am bored.
Yeah.
We'll fix that soon.
What'd you say,
What?
Nick?
We'll fix that soon.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Improv and stuff. Oh, jeez.
That froze at the perfect spot, Dakota.
Yeah,
It
that was
did.
funny. It was just like,
That was.
Hi, friends.
oh,
It's all about my comedic timing. Isabel and Wyatt.
Is that Truman?
no.
Oh,
Truman.
much more handsome.
Yeah, Dakota is a lot more handsome.
Truman, I swear to God, I
on my
will
calendar.
find you and I will give you a big
Does
hug,
anyone get
buddy.
annoyed because you can't see everyone?
Yes.
Life
Are you on mobile?
bugs me so
I'll
much.
get you there.
Go to the thing that says the gallery view. It's in the upper left.
Yeah, if you're not on mobile,
It says unmute audio. I'm trying to get a
We're
video.
not muted, by the way.
No, unmute usually
Upper-
request. Just like request video.
I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm scared.
There.
I kind of want a bagel.
Ooh, a bagel.
Kind of want two
I'll do it for
bagels.
I just had a cupcake.
I can text it to you.
Stab.
Text it.
I
Are a
did.
cup,
Just email
buddy.
it tonight. Can I give you his email really quick?
Sure.
Mikey, what's your email?
Yeah, come on, Mikey.
Deering
Yeah, come on, Mikey.
0
Hold on, I gotta get to.
Mickey.
Mikey, baby.
email.com.
You just take it so I can help them. The link's been copied, so you just need to paste it in an email.
Cool.
Jump in.
What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I'm balancing stuff on my head.
Oh, dude,
Come
let's do it.
on, Connor.
All about it. All about.
They're like princesses.
Hell yeah.
Look at you.
Truman, what do you got?
It's falling. I have a
What do you got on your head?
I have an Xbox controller that's broken, and I have
Solid.
a keyboard,
Thanks.
like a wrist pad.
Oh, Dakota, is that $2?
That's 4.
There you go.
Hey, there's
4.
Connor.
Hi, Connor. How are you?
Oh, Connor.
That was a real weird voice, Dakota. I'm not gonna lie, like that. It terrified me just a little. Just a little.
Trying to find more things.
My head isn't flat enough for this.
Oh. I can't reach my hatchets.
Book has entered the waiting room. There's Mike.
Oh.
Hi, Joey.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike? You guys are cracking me up.
Olympus has fallen.
Everyone's like, "Sup, Uncle Mike?"
And
And
this is all
was it CJ? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
CJ, what do you think of our peeps so far and our craziness? What are you thinking, CJ?
It's really fun.
We wild enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, CJ is Marina's friend, if you guys didn't hear that, and she's going to be checking out class with us tonight.
Hi,
Come on, guys,
CJ.
be nice.
That when I'm in the what?
Oh,
But you're good now.
that's awesome.
Can hear you.
Okay, so I can go in and out to the meeting.
Yeah, they can see you, Mom.
Yeah, we can totally see and hear you, Mother. You see? Say hi.
Wait,
Hi.
That's my mother, guys.
Hello.
you're all set.
Hi, Miss Joey. I'm Brian's mom.
Hi.
You can just call her Vicky. Is her actual God-given name, but you know, whatever you want to call her, I guess.
It's her
Mrs.
God-given
Joey.
name.
Just don't call
Mrs. Joey, I'm Brian's mom.
That's
Hi.
Dakota. What is up with your weird voices tonight?
What do you mean?
Oh,
That's
voice
Dakota
actor.
does
What
that
do you?
voice all the time.
This is where we
Been
gotta
in
let the
quarantine
voices out,
too
Brian.
long.
What's that?
Yes. Man.
Hey, I don't mind it. I'm not judging because like
I
that'd be
think you're
rude.
being a little judgy.
Okay, well, you know what? Hey, if you call me on it, I accept the critique and I will no longer be judgy.
Oh, Corinne.
Guys,
Corinne's
I thought
sister.
today was Tuesday.
Make sure that your live is muted, guys.
Dakota, thanks for the photo inspiration.
Joey.
Love that so much.
Oh, okay.
Annalisa.
Your phone's hilarious.
I'm just taking a quick attendance here.
1 second.
Truman, why do you look like that?
Hi, Corinne. Hi, Zoe.
I look hot.
Yeah, whatever.
Every time we
Sure
see
you
her,
do.
she's been in a different thing.
You're funny.
That
Hello,
cat.
homies.
How are you doing, Dakota?
Living the dream, man. Feeling good. So good. So good. How have you been?
I found $1.
How are you doing,
Hi,
Alicia?
How are you?
Pretty good, thanks.
Yeah.
Being together.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna mute y'all for a quick second.
No.
So, right now, make sure that the live link, the separate link that is for watching class, is muted, so I can hear somebody's in the background. So if it's not muted, make sure it is muted. That's not the muting this, that's muting your live. That's the separate link that got sent to you. Cool. I'm gonna let it keep being crazy for about 1 more minute, 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna get started.
Okay.
Please join class soon.
Mom, why are there 2 of you? I'm very
I
confused
don't
by
know
that.
why they're doing.
Because she's twice as cool as everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Are you on Zoom on both phones?
Truman,
Yeah.
stop.
Truman.
Isn't he just so funny, Dakota?
Oh, he's
But
one of
now
my.
this guy dialing.
God.
He's a comedian right there.
Not as cool. I don't have cool stuff in my room. All I have are weapons and nondescript clothing. God dang it. Can't dress up cool. Truman.
Who else?
This is the point we've gotten to, though.
Corn.
Mom, I'm gonna
Yes.
pause really quick.
Hi,
I'm gonna
Shotty.
mute real quick. Everybody, again. Actually, 1 more second. Tyler, what up?
What's up, man?
Dude, good to see your face, man.
Hey, I miss you
Hi
guys.
there.
Miss you, dude. We got a big old class tonight. It's exciting.
Tyler.
Guys, look, I'm Brian.
That's me?
Tyler,
Oh, because
it's a
the
boy.
jacket. I get it. Oh. Not
Is
hurtful
this
at
the
all.
pet thing too?
What's that?
I'm just looking at Elena's pet, and I'm just like, are we having another pet thing?
Not yet, but we never know what's gonna happen.
In here. In here. She's gonna be upset, but I can get her in here.
Last night when you left us. Crazy.
Corinne.
Just kidding.
Guys, you have a chicken onesie?
You
Heck
what?
yeah, you should.
In onesie?
A chicken onesie.
It's your chicken onesie, protein shake.
All right. I'm gonna mute everybody real quick. Well, we don't need to mute. Just let's be quiet for a quick sec. And I'm gonna call out a roll here, and just go ahead and say here when I call your name. And if I don't call your name, then let me know. Okay. CJ.
Here.
Marina.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Here.
Tara.
Here.
Elena. Eliana. Sorry. Yep. Wrote it down wrong. Dakota.
Here.
Nick.
Here.
Truman.
Here.
Isabel.
Here.
Wow, rude. Mom.
Here.
Cool, I'm gonna get rid of the other version of you that's not real. Tyler.
Here.
Oh, you're keeping
Cool.
mine.
Alicia.
Here.
Brianna.
Here.
Corinne.
Here.
Zoe.
Here.
Did I miss anybody?
Did he get you?
You missed me.
I missed you.
You missed
Yeah.
Wow,
I
Wyatt.
do miss you, Matt.
Wyatt Herb, I'm sorry. Did I
Wyatt,
get Connor? Okay, and Connor. Okay, awesome. All right. So we're gonna stay in here for a sec. I'm gonna mute everybody's mics and just go through a lesson point. If you have any questions, you can just raise your hand and then I will walk you through that. But right now, let's go ahead and take out our notebooks. Tonight's focus is going to be on who, what, where. We're gonna be working on who, what, where tonight. So take a moment to take out all your notebooks. I'm gonna mute everybody and we're gonna get started.
I love you guys.
Love you.
You.
Okay. So, hello everybody. Woo! Improv! So psyched. Okay, so our focus today is going to be on who, what, where. We're going to be specifically focusing on not doing the connections we normally do in our scenes. So usually when we do a who, what, where, we get a who. We get some form of who from somebody. So Tyler, give me a who, please.
Like a person?
Yeah, like some sort of relationship two people might have.
Friendship.
Friendship. We are friends, okay? So typically from there we build, okay? So then I go from that, Sarah would then give us a what. So Sarah would say what those two friends are doing together.
They're knitting.
Knitting, okay? And knitting came from, she heard friends, that's what she imagined, so she went to knitting. And now knitting makes you think of a location. So then the location, Nick, would be what?
The knitting barn.
The knitting barn, okay? So this is a great example for what we're doing here, because knitting barn came from knitting, right? So specifically, the what drove the where. Tonight, we are going to separate those things. We're going to separate our who's, separate our what's, separate our where's, and we are going to have random connection together. So I have a whiteboard here that I'll be doing this with, but as a homework assignment, something you guys can do is be listing out just a whole group of who's, a whole group of what's, a whole group of where's that aren't connected, that aren't built off of each other the way that we just did there, that are completely unconnected. And then as an exercise, so let's say I did them on sheets of paper, okay? I could grab a who, a random what, and a random where, and I'm going to have to make all those things make sense and connect them. It's going to force us into more creative ideas that aren't the standard thing that comes to our mind, which is a huge thing that we talked about last week. So now what we're going to do together is you guys are going to help me come up with some of those things. So while we do that, if you're not the one speaking, make sure to be nice and quiet. We'll be jumping around. I'll have you raise your actual physical hand, not the digital one, because I don't even know how to operate the digital one, Isabel and Wyatt. But like, you'll just raise your hand and we'll just start throwing out some who's. We'll start from there. So I'm gonna unmute everybody. But first, actually, does anybody have any questions before we do that? Anybody? Awesome. Okay, great. So I'm going to unmute everybody, and we're going to go through, and we're just going to start coming up with some together. All right. So I'm going to go over to our whiteboard here. I see my first hand is Dakota. Dakota, please give me a, we'll start with who's. Go ahead and give me a who, Dakota.
Doctor and patient.
Okay, we are going to be doctor. Okay, great. See some more hands. Just gonna rifle them off. Tons and tons of who relationships. Okay, and also, Mom, sorry about this, but if I can't spell, that's probably gonna happen. So I'll ask you how to spell things. Okay, great. Not a testament to my mom, just because I'm a bad speller. All right, Brianna.
A photographer and their dog.
Okay. Photographer and dog. Okay, great. Elena.
Mother-daughter.
Mother-daughter. We are mother-daughter. Love it. Sarah, yeah.
Aunt and nephew.
Aunt and nephew. Aunt and... I'm pretty sure I spelled nephew wrong, but whatever. Okay, Tara.
Coach and athlete.
Ooh, coach and athlete. We've got coach and athlete. Okay, great. Let's see, Marina.
Can we do the pizza delivery guy and the person at home?
Yeah, totally we can. Okay, we got pizza delivery and person.
Brian, you spelled nephew really bad.
I told you I was going to spell it terrible. I told you. I warned you. Nick.
Circus ringleader and a walrus.
What is it?
Circus ringleader and a walrus.
Love it. Circus ringleader and a walrus. And walrus. I don't know how to spell walrus. R-U-S? Cool. Yep.
A-L-R-U-S.
Great. Thanks, Mom. See, my mom's great at it. I told you. Truman, what do you got?
Pilot and co-pilot.
Pilot and co-pilot. Boom. Okay. Great. Let's see here. Tyler.
Ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend.
Ooh, yikes. 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 Dakota.
Husband and wife.
See, the opposite of that. Look at that. Husband and wife. Great. Mom, yeah.
Teacher and student.
Teacher and student. Teacher and student. And Brianna.
Middle schoolers.
Middle school. And then I only have one more room for one more. So Wyatt, what do you got?
Babysitter and baby.
Babysitter. I like the specifics and baby. Okay, great. We are now going to move over to the where category and list off a bunch of locations. Same idea. Let's raise our hands here. What do we got? Perfect. Yeah, CJ. Love it.
Oh, Serena.
I know.
Costa Rica.
What is it?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. And CJ, what do you got? I'm not letting you get out of this.
McDonald's.
Okay, now we're going to combine those. It's a Costa Rica McDonald's. Love it. Okay. Nick, yeah.
International Space Station.
The International Space Station. Okay. And Tara, what do you got?
Submarine.
Ooh, submarine. Elena.
A concert.
Nice. Concert. Dakota.
Bus station.
A bus station. Sarah.
Backyard.
Backyard. Great. Well, I see a lot of hands. Okay, Corinne and Zoe.
Dad, a hair salon.
What's yours? Mine was stuck in traffic.
Hair salon. Traffic. Jam. Okay, Tyler, yeah.
Rodeo.
Rodeo. And Isabel.
Yes, a fish hatchery.
What is it?
A fish hatchery.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is?
Where you hatch fish, Brian?
Fish catchery?
A fish hatchery with an H.
Ah, okay.
Like,
What are we dealing with here?
That's gonna be bad.
Fish hatchery.
All right. Yeah. Mom/Vicky.
The zoo.
What is it?
The zoo.
The zoo. Alicia.
An abandoned mansion.
Abandoned mansion. Nice. Why do I feel like one of the games is going to be you guys making fun of my spelling later? Dakota.
in detention.
Detention. Got time for 2 more. Brianna, yeah. CJ.
Principal's office.
Principal's office. And Brianna?
A hospital.
Okay. Good. We are going to move over to our what's now. Now that none of it is combined, let's get some hands up for some what's. What could we be doing? What could 2 people be doing together? We can think space work. We can also think collective. What are collective ideas? Yes. Okay, let's go over to Zoe and Corinne.
Karaoke.
Karaoke. Yeah, spell that. 100p. Spell that for me.
K-R-O-A-R.
Okay, we can't all spell it.
K-A-R-A-O-K-E, right?
It's a weird
I'm
spelling.
pretty sure that's how it is.
It's a weird spelling. Nick, what do you got? Nick, what do you got?
Making balloon animals.
Balloon animals. Making balloon animals. Sarah.
A science experiment.
Making a science experiment.
I didn't do that. I say E.
You did.
Elena.
Eliana.
Eliana. Oh, I'm so sorry. I keep
It's
doing
okay.
that.
Shoot. Oh, filming a YouTube video.
Filming a YouTube video.
Could it be up?
Vid. Cool. Dakota.
Gardening.
Gardening. Tyler.
Running a lemonade stand.
Lemonade stand. Dakota.
Enduring the lunch rush.
Enduring lunch rush. Got a few more here. Brianna, yep.
Making friendship bracelets.
Aww.
Yes.
Ah. Yeah, CJ.
Gritting crystals.
What crystals?
Gritting crystals.
Gritting? Cool.
Yeah, when you grit crystals. I have to teach them.
Yeah, you're gonna have to teach me.
Yeah, it's fun.
Dakota.
Ice fishing.
Ice fishing. Wow. Cool. Fishing.
Man, these fish are getting you,
I'm a
man.
slow Oh, the fish, the S ones are tough for me. I need a few more whats, guys. Connor, I haven't heard from you much. What's a what? Give me a what. Alicia and Truman got muted, so I'm gonna unmute them. I'll jump over to my mom while I wait for Connor. What do we got, Mom?
Dancing.
Dancing. Connor, what do you got?
Connor, you got this.
I think she's muted.
And she's gone. Okay.
Oh,
Truman.
It's a what, right? Flirting.
Flirting. What do you got, Connor? What do you got?
Oh,
Weird.
Truman.
Oh, buddy, go.
Connor's trying to communicate.
Connor is trying so very hard to communicate. I'm gonna wait a second so that we can give Connor an opportunity to communicate when her video feed comes back.
I wonder who's
Let's get one more what here while we wait for Connor's final what. Alicia, what do you got?
baking.
Baking. Give it another chance.
Connor, I believe in you.
Connor, come on, Connor.
You can do this.
It's technology stuff, man. I'm gonna ask her to start a video. All right, Brianna, while we're waiting, go ahead.
Ice skating.
Ice skating.
Here. There's Connor.
Connor, okay, hey, no,
No!
No.
What is with it?
Maybe
All right,
Connor should text it
I'm
to you
gonna
guys.
save a spot here for Connor's, and somehow we're gonna end it getting it at some point.
You can
Okay.
do it.
So we've got a ton of who, what, where's here, okay? Just bunch of them. So I'll just I'm gonna throw it back over here in a second, but this is the board. I mean, we just have a whole bunch of different categories of these different ideas. And the cool part is, again, we're so used to connecting or preparing the idea. And what we wanna do is take ourselves away from that, away from where our mind normally goes, and go into a new creative realm. So we are gonna use your ideas, and you all are gonna be doing two-person scenes. We will start right off the bat as soon as we jump in. This is gonna be our stage, so I will be pulling you guys in 2 people at a time. If we're at the same house, you may end up going together, or I may end up splitting you guys up as well. So I'm gonna start sending you guys to the lobby, and then I will bring you back in once it is your turn. So you guys can go switch over to live as soon as I send you out of here. Don't try to send yourself out, because sometimes that ends up getting rid of you, and we won't want you gone forever.
Going to the lobby.
I don't want to rename Truman. I want to send him away to his seat. Grab your seat. Were you doing the lobby song? Yes.
I don't remember. I was trying to think of what song Alex sent you.
The lobby.
Let's go to the lobby.
the lobby.
Let's
Let's
go
all
to
go to
the
the
lobby.
And wait for Brian to get us.
That's exactly right. Nobody knows the end of that. Nobody knows the end of that. Okay. All right. We are going to start off.
Just say we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah, you can stay where you are. You're going to be my first performer, Mom/Vicky. And you're going to perform with Dakota. And so I will see you guys, the rest of you, here in a second. Woo! And Eliana. Sorry about that. So stressful with this tech. And I will see you soon. And goodbye, Sarah. Back to your seat. Bye.
Bye, Sarah.
Okay, so you and Dakota are going to be starting our first scene here. We are going to come to the whiteboard and figure out what you are going to be. We are going to be, oh, bumped it there. We are going to be, we're going to be the pizza delivery person and the person who gets the pizza. And we are going to be filming a YouTube video together at the zoo. You guys are at the zoo for some reason, the pizza delivery person and the person who delivers the pizza together. And you are filming a YouTube video at the zoo, okay? So I want you both to take on a character, start to become a character here. And from that place, we are going to start the scene, okay? Dakota, I'll have you initiate with the first statement.
Good afternoon, miss. I believe you ordered this pizza.
I did order a pizza. You're a little bit late.
Okay, good. So I'm going to take it back. Okay, so typically the relationship between pizza delivery person and the person getting it is what, Dakota?
Person to customer.
Yeah, there's not much there, right?
Yeah.
So in any scene like that, you want to heighten it and bring relationship in. So instead, I love the character you created because I already saw you as a pizza guy when you did that. So now you don't have to talk about pizza. You don't have to deliver her pizza. I'm curious why the pizza delivery guy and his customer are at the zoo together making a video.
Okay.
So instead, pull out your imaginary phone, not your real one, your imaginary one. Yeah. Take on that character, and you and your customer hang out. And this is you guys doing a video together at the zoo. At some point, the video will cut, and you guys will just hang, okay?
All right.
All right, start off, same deal. I loved your character.
Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Here I am at the zoo with my best friend over here, and let me tell you what, we just are about to have the greatest time here at the zoo. Isn't that right?
It certainly is, John. The pizza man, you're my favorite.
Thanks, Rebecca.
I didn't realize that at the zoo you can have a pizza delivered.
You can. All right. We'll be back in a minute. Okay.
How'd you think that went?
I think that was a really good opening, man. I thought it was really nice. You know, we'll see some animals in a little bit, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, this is my first time doing this, dude. So I'm like trying to be, you know, pretty hip here, but I'm, you know, a lot of people say I'm not so hip, so I'm trying to be cool. Am I doing okay?
Dude, you're so hip, man. Like, you're so hip. Like,
cool.
On a scale of 1 to hip, you're there.
Don't they do something with their fingers like this? This is cool, man. I mean,
yeah, like this. You do that. Don't do that. Just do this.
Like
yeah.
this, peace sign, dude?
Yeah.
Got it.
Heck yeah, dude.
This is rad. I think that's a word they use.
Oh yeah, so rad. So
So when do we
Shalom.
get to, like, see some of these animals and see if they like our pizza?
Yeah, let's go over there.
Okay, good,
Do we
good.
want to hit up?
So we'll start from the beginning. Do you feel how much more comfortable that was?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now when we weren't, and we started talking about it again, but when we weren't talking right away about like, hey, just because I'm a pizza delivery guy doesn't mean I have to be delivering pizza. So this is the lesson I want everyone to take out of this. You'll be given a role sometimes, and when that happens, don't go to the obvious within that role. Like, I love the idea of you guys hanging out because now I'm curious about why that happened and how that happened. Like, if let's say some like real cute girl came in and she was like my delivery person and we established a relationship and then went on a date, that would be super interesting. So we can take a standard idea of what something would be and build into a relationship we would care about and figure out why. Maybe the pizza guy just hangs out with you and we as an audience are now curious about that thing versus seeing them in their standard where they just come in, drop something off and leave.
Okay.
Within that, what I loved was all of a sudden then, sorry, what was that?
I was wondering because I was trying to go off of what he was playing, like that he was really cool and that I wasn't cool.
I loved that. So what happened within the video, then he ends up ending the video. I saw like a commercial that you were doing for your pizza company.
Okay.
Did you see that, Dakota?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I felt that like, oh, that'd be a good part to like plug the pizza place or whatever.
Totally. So then you want to decide from your perspective what you actually thought of her performance. So did you really like it? Do you think your character really liked the performance she gave for your commercial?
It was all right, but he doesn't want to be rude to her.
Okay, so then find ways to speak into that from his chill voice. So then it's like, yeah, you know, it was really good, man, really good. Maybe this time, like, and he comes in and gives her something to go with. You could go 100% into the yes, that's cool too. But then what started to happen was then she again tried to jump into the I want to be cool thing. And then we started talking about that, and now it becomes a teaching scene.
Yeah.
So instead, Mom, if you want to be not cool, just be not cool.
Oh. Okay.
Instead, like, of asking and trying to figure it out, like, you just aren't cool. So you intelligently, at the top of your intelligence, know what things are not cool anymore. Because when things were cool for you, certain words and things are not now, right? Give me one of those words. We used hip, right?
Yeah, we used to use hip, and we used to say this is that's just phenomenal, really.
Okay, so you could start bringing in some of this stuff to him, and instead of asking, it's like you do think you're cool. So it's like, yeah, that was, I felt, Dakota's like giving you, maybe we do this, and you're like, I felt like I was really hip in that though.
Yeah, okay.
And he's like, oh yeah, but like, we're looking for like fire, you know, like, you're like, fire? Like, what do you mean fire?
Why would they have a fire at the zoo?
Exactly, yeah. And then now your character, from their honest perspective, from the top of their intelligence here, just doesn't understand what is cool. And instead of trying to become cool, you just do what your version of cool is.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
What do you guys, any questions on that?
Not really.
Okay, good.
Cool in my day. It's a long time ago.
No, but here's, when you tap into your reality, it's funny. Like, I love the idea of, okay, you know, I don't know some of the cool terms. Let me lean into that. Let me lean it. I lean into this all the time. Like, I'll lean into jokes about my fingers. I'll lean into jokes about things that are unique to me, things that I know, and it can make a scene really great.
Okay.
Okay, good job, guys. Woo! Give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah.
Hey, love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna put you guys in the waiting room, and so you can turn on your live video and watch that, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, my next two performers here are gonna be Sarah. We're gonna bring up Sarah. I can't see on my screen. And we'll bring up Alicia.
Hello.
Sarah and Alicia will be our next performers. So you guys go ahead and connect, say hi to each other, and I'm going to go over to the board.
Hi, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah is muted. Hold on. Let me unmute Sarah. Unmute. Give it a second, because, hey, hi, Sarah. You're no longer muted.
Unmute myself. Hi, Alicia.
Hi.
Okay, I love this. You guys are going to be, you're going to be the circus ringleader and a walrus. And this is a talking walrus, of course. And you guys are gardening together at a Costa Rica McDonald's. You guys are circus ringleader. You are gardening at a Costa Rica McDonald's.
All right.
So focus on character. Focus on what we know in the who and what you could be doing. So somebody automatically should start physicalizing being a walrus. Okay, good. So who's the walrus, Alicia?
Sarah.
Okay, so now notice that, realize that, connect. We now know already one of the main things. So just notice her energy, notice what kind of walrus she is. You guys have a relationship.
I'm glad you used the trick I taught you the other day.
Thanks, Georgia. You are really smart.
This has been a great thing for me. I'm so good at this, aren't I?
You're so good. Thanks for letting me get some extra cash by helping you garden.
Of course. I just love helping out all my animals. They just mean so much to me. You mean so much to me.
Thanks. I have some big plans for my extra wages.
Do you? Would you like my advice on anything?
Yes, Georgia, you're so smart. I need your advice on investing my extra wages.
Well, I say that you should put all your money in to one place, right?
Okay.
And then if it goes well, you'll have a lot more money.
I'll do that, Georgia. Thanks. Let's put it in the ground here. No one will find it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Okay, good. I'll stop there. How you guys feeling?
Good.
Okay, so I want to start off, Sarah. Way to just embrace it. Embrace the movements. We created a voice. You were clearly a character here. So what I want is I want to deepen the relationship between these two. Alicia, I want you to find a way to really connect to this walrus. Like really connect. Like you and this walrus have a deep relationship. So there was a moment, Sarah, when we came back and she said, like, I love all my animals. I really love you. You know? So now that's relationship based. So instead of going off into some of the stuff and talking about the money and these things, now let's talk about the relationship. Let's get into you two. Okay? So let's take it from Alicia. You're like, I really love you.
Yeah. See, I really love all my animals. And I really love you.
Thank you, Georgia. I want to be your favorite.
You are my favorite. Ever since I found you as a little baby walrus, you always had a special place in my heart.
You treated me like that, Georgia. I'll do whatever you want.
Okay, now what do you want from her? Now we can add something in here. What would you want from your walrus? Alicia, what's something you might want?
Oh, from what, Walrus?
Yeah. She'll do anything. She literally just said, and we got to hear every little word. That's that yes because from last week. She will do anything for you. This is a, well, now that you mention it moment.
Like, I could just list off, like, random chores that
Anything in the world.
So, you'll do anything, right?
Absolutely. For you.
Well, I was thinking, I haven't done my dishes in quite a while.
Oh.
I haven't done the dusting. I've been really slacking on all my housework. So if you could just like stop by for a few hours and get that done for me.
I'd love to stop by for a few hours. You took care of me when I was a baby.
Okay, awesome. Scene. Woo! Okay, so now that that's started to happen, Alicia, what's cool is we've established the relationship now. So remembering, going all the way back, Sarah, we want to hear, especially when a relationship thing like love gets brought up, that's something we want to dive into, because then it's going to be about the two of you guys, not about any specific thing. Money might come up later, or whatever might have come, the chores might come up later, but we want to dive into you two, because now all of a sudden, then that gave us an opportunity later for Alicia to then take advantage of that relationship. And then it becomes like starting with this, and the next thing you know, she says yes to that. You weren't expecting that, Alicia. And eventually it goes all the way down to like the craziest thing. I don't know why this just came to my mind, but like she's gonna help you bury a body. Like she'll do anything for you. So it starts with the chores, and we get to keep heightening that as the scene progresses. Okay, good job, guys. Woo! Nice walrus impression. Way to go, Sarah. Okay, I gotta bring in my next two performers here to the stage. Okay, we are gonna bring in Eliana. Like starting with this, and the next thing you know, she says yes to that. And we are gonna bring in Isabel.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh gosh, you should meet this. Is it me and Wyatt?
Nope, it is you and Eliana. You guys are going together.
Oh. All right, I'll be over here. Fancy.
Fancy smancy. Okay, you guys are going to be teacher and student. You guys are going to be you're gonna be ice fishing.
Yeah, baby. In your backyard. You guys are teacher and student, ice fishing in the backyard. We don't know whose backyard. We're gonna find that out. Let's get a round of applause. Woo! Well, I brought you here because, I don't know, I feel like you've been struggling.
Struggling?
Yeah, in your classes, you know?
Yeah.
We're family friends, you know this. I feel like we need personal time.
Okay, good. So, where are the fishing poles?
You're right.
So here's the deal. Space work is something that's so easy to forget about, but it's going to be something you'll get to use later as a huge part of the scene. At some point, one of you will catch something. You know, you can just literally have it in your hand. You don't have to do much with it because it's fishing. You could have another prop that's going to help it. It's easy to forget, especially when we start talking. But I like the relationship that's happening. Let's be patient. Let's connect. Listen to the emotions. We'll start off the same initiation, but both of you have the poles in your hands, okay?
Like starting from the beginning?
Yep, start from the top.
I don't remember what I said.
Ish, we can just go ish.
What?
Same relationship, and you can go something along the lines or start a new initiation, just same relationship, same location.
Okay.
So. Seems like you've been having some trouble in class.
Yeah, math isn't my strong suit.
Yeah, but like, it's deeper, I feel like.
What do you mean?
Come on, we're close. You know this.
I mean, you're my mom's best friend, but that doesn't mean we're close.
Well, see, we can be close if you want to.
Okay, sounds good to me.
So you gonna, tell me what's going on, or?
Do I have to?
Hey, I'm just here if you want to talk.
Okay. Whoa, I think I got something. What do I do?
Cut. Awesome. Oh, I love it. Love it. So we started off with this awkward relationship. And we started to slowly, you just didn't give up on your point of view, Isabel. You wanted to help, you really cared, and so you stayed in it. You stayed in your thoughts, and you pushed and kept fighting, even though she was like, no, like, I really don't see us that way. And I love the whole, like, you're friends with my mom, that doesn't make us friends kind of deal. But then eventually, and both of you realized we had to bend. So then finally we got to this place where it was like, yes, okay, you can be my friend. And then actually, yes, I will open up to you, just not right now. That's the cool vibe we got. And then you sensed that and then caught the fish at the perfect time. The perfect time. Because now we know, okay, she's open to it. Something's going to end up happening. This is probably the moment, if it's a play, where they established a connection and you became more comfortable. Because she helped you through this fishing moment, and it's little silly things like that, those little memories that all of a sudden make us feel connected to people. Does that make sense? So it's all about letting that sort of happen, and the physical adds a lot, because that's what brought us to that, and it was that safety net you had there at the end. Without the physical, we don't see where you are. And then as soon as that happened, we were able to build together. Okay, good job, guys. Woo!
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yay. Okay, I'm going to bring up my next two performers. Okay. All right, our next two performers are going to be Tara and Brianna.
Hey.
And then as soon as that happens,
Hey.
hello, guys. You can go ahead and mute you live. And I will go ahead and find you guys to a who, what, where. Your who, what, where is going to be...
Would you be with Dakota?
What's that?
I was just talking to Tessa.
You guys are going to be doctor and patient.
There, sorry.
You are going to be making balloon animals.
Oh, cool.
And you guys are at a concert.
Wait, I missed the relationship. Could you say it again?
You are doctor-patient. You guys are making balloon animals at a concert. Doctor-patient, making balloon animals at a concert. So both of you sort of connect with each other, physicalize. Yes. Good.
I'm really glad you could come. I think this will be good for you.
I haven't been out of the hospital in a while, so I appreciate it.
I think it's a good place for you to relax a little bit. I know it's loud, but I think you'll be okay.
I miss the live performances, you know?
Mm-hmm. It must be weird since you've had to stop recently.
Yeah, it's just I've been stuck, and I never really knew how to have hope in anyone until I met you. And
well, I hope to be a hopeful person for most of my patients, but you've really come a long way.
Okay, good. So I'll pause there. So we're gonna go back here. I love what's happening so far. Okay, great initiation about like connecting. You gave us a reason to be there. Okay, and then Brianna, your response here was the was about the hospital. So it's really good to get out of the hospital, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that idea. I love this because now what's happened is this is, again, a crazy situation. Like a doctor-patient, we're at a concert making balloon animals. But Tara, what you did was you just said yes to it. Immediately, and this is a lesson for everybody, you just picked up the balloons and you started blowing. Like there was no hesitation whatsoever. And because of that, you got us on page with you. You established that she was the patient here and that you were taking her out of the hospital. And then she accepted that, said yes to it, and we got to build that relationship slowly. So the huge lesson coming out of this is, again, we're getting these from over here and starting, but if we start a scene and you just make a strong choice like that, a strong choice to whatever it is, in this case, balloon animals, and have a perspective of who the other person is, then make a strong initiation, everybody can get on the same page. Because I believe if she didn't know who she was, she automatically would understand that you're in the authoritative role and she's the person who's being under that. And then whether it's doctor and impatient or whether it's teacher and student, whatever it becomes, it's very clear who we are to each other in a emotional way. Okay, Brianna, for you, way to slow down. So we talked the other night about really processing and not throwing out too much information. You were so much better at that tonight. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
Nice. And good job with the balloon animals, Tara. Really good work. All right. Woo, good. You've been practicing your scene work / balloon
I just
animals?
got my free tonight.
I love it.
So cool.
All right, guys. I'm going to send you to your chairs. Thank you. Thank you. Woo.
Awesome.
Okay, our next two performers here are going to be, we've got, I'm going to try and bring Connor in, see if that video is working. Going to try Connor here. And we're going to go back over to the old household of the Roots and put Wyatt in a scene. It'll be Connor and Wyatt. Connor and Wyatt. So go ahead and mute your live links, guys. And our next scene is going to be between Connor and Wyatt.
Hello.
Connor, where'd you go, huh?
Oh, no.
I can hear you. Hey, there you are.
Hello, can you see me?
I can see you. I can hear you. We're safe. We're good.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. We're going to go over to the board here. You guys are going to be... we're going to be ex-boyfriend and girlfriend. We are... making a science experiment at on a submarine. You guys are ex-boyfriend and girlfriend making a science experiment on a submarine. Okay. Start to physicalize.
Joe.
Good. Notice Wyatt. Notice the way he's sitting. He's already telling you a story about how he feels about you as a character.
Joe,
Yeah.
did you bring the hydrogen?
No.
Again?
I didn't want to do this.
What is going on with you these days?
You kind of ruined my life.
Joe, come on, man.
Do you just expect me to run back in your arms?
Yeah, kind of. I kind of also hoped you, I don't know, might help me out with this experiment.
You dragged me down here. I said I would help you with the first part. It's been an hour. I'm done.
Okay, good, good. So I want to take it back here. So it's interesting because there are situations where you get stuck in the same room as your ex. And for you guys, it's not only the same room, it's a submarine, right? Which we'll deal with later at some point. But what's happening, Connor, is we keep going back to the experiment. Now we've established that. If we establish it's happening, both of you could be doing space work on the experiment. We could continue to be doing little things. And at some point, I mean, you may break something, Wyatt, because you get frustrated. You may throw a beaker across the room. Like, anything can happen here, but then the space work becomes part of it. Instead of talking about it, hear the emotion stuff that's coming at you. So Connor, he then said, what do you expect me to run back to you? What does that mean about who broke up with who?
I probably broke up with him.
100%. You definitely broke up with him. He said a couple like little things to lead up to that, and then that made it just obvious that now not only is that the case, but now you're trying to be nice about it. So you probably also did something terrible.
Okay.
So you want to take on that role of that person who's still trying to take advantage of somebody and doing these things, but is like in this state with this person, okay? Cool, let's go back to the scene. Let's take it back from Wyatt's statement there that we just talked about.
Okay.
Did you just expect me to run back into your arms?
Joe, it was one time. I'm so sorry. Come on. Come on, Joey.
No.
Like, Joe, I don't know what to say. I mean, you know, it was just an accident.
An accident? You accidentally cheated on me. And then dumped me for him?
You know, it wasn't like that. It was never like that. We were on a break.
We weren't. We were on spring break.
You know, it's like the same thing. A break and spring break. Come on, Joey.
Okay, good, cut. Awesome. Yes, okay. Do you guys feel the difference?
Yes.
So it's just that small statement, Connor, like we were talking about it earlier with the walrus scene. Like, you notice, when does something emotional get brought up? Because as an audience, this is for everybody, as an audience, the thing that we care most about is the relationship between the two characters that are on stage right then. So can we talk about outside things? Sure. But what really matters is the two of you. So when he presents that, you then are given something. He gave you a gift. He framed you with, you were a bee. You were a terrible person. It's your fault. You were mean, and you don't think you are. And so then when you say yes to that and just go, hey, like, and you take on, you changed your whole voice. You changed everything. And then you took on a character, and it became easier for you to respond.
Yeah,
it then became easier. Yeah, good. And that's the lesson for everybody. When you find a character and just live into the character, the responses, they just fly right out of you. Okay?
Agree.
Good job.
Yeah.
Woo! Great seeing you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Back to our chairs. Okay. All right, our next two performers here. We're gonna go Truman. Truman will be next on stage. Along with, let's see. Corinne.
Oh.
Hey, girls. So it's gonna be Corinne and Truman in a scene together. You haven't gone yet, Corinne, correct? Okay, and then we'll come back for Zoe.
Okay.
All right, cool. You guys are going to be mom and daughter.
Okay.
You guys are, let's see, going to be running a, no, we're going to be baking, but we are going to be baking at an abandoned mansion.
Okay.
Mom and daughter baking at an abandoned mansion. Woo! Let's get a round of applause from home.
Darling, could you just hand me the eggs?
How many?
2, please.
Here. I don't want the. Why are we here?
You can't have a bad attitude all the time.
You always bring me to the weirdest places, Mom.
Good, so I want to pause there. I want us to realize the last thing that was said. So I think the weirdest place is true, but that was based on the line before instead of dealing with what she just gave you.
Alright.
Which was your attitude, right? So deal with that. So let's repeat that line, Corinne, about his attitude. You can paraphrase
You can't
it.
have a bad attitude all the time.
Yeah, and you can't drag me places all the time. You know I have people to hang out with.
You need to start appreciating your ancestry.
I don't like baking anymore, Mom.
Good. So again, same lesson there, Truman. What was the last thing she said?
You don't like our ancestry?
You need to, was it appreciate?
Appreciate.
Yeah.
You need to appreciate our ancestry. So she has now basically brought us to the reason why we're here is connected to our ancestry somehow. So you need to deal with the, what's that?
I thought it more as the ancestry was like what we were baking, is what I thought of instead of the house.
Okay, that could work, But let's just jump on either way. Let's jump. So if we're going to do that, make that super clear. So for example, and that could totally be the case. I understand that, but I don't like baking grandma's cookies or whatever. Like now all of a sudden it's then connected. So if that's the case, we want to do our best to frame that. Okay?
Yeah.
So with every little piece, it's about continuing to slowly frame things for each other. So we'll take it right there from that cookie line, and we'll go like 1 more minute here.
Which one?
From the, you can reframe it to be about some sort of, if you want to do that,
okay.
yeah.
I don't even enjoy cooking grandma's cookies anymore.
Next thing you're going to tell me is you don't like roaming her old house either.
Yeah, I don't, Mom.
She has given us so much.
Yeah, but she also told me to get out and have fun. She told me I should always be free, not held back.
Okay, good. I'll cut it there. Nice. Okay. So see, that small framing changes everything. And then we can tie it back there, Corinne, to the house. And way to just come into the perspective of a mom, of the mom who cares so much. Most of us have heard at some point or another from some sort of person like that in our life, that exact line. Like, think about how much she's done for us.
Yeah.
You know? And so to come in with that idea, and now you have to deal with that, Truman, and you found a way to do that in your heart, which is awesome. Both of you stuck really well to your perspective and just continued to listen and learn together. Okay, great work, guys.
All right.
Woo!
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Back to our chairs. Oh, our next two performers here are going to be let's see, Nick and Tyler. Nick and Tyler.
Yeah, what's up, Nick?
What on, Tyler?
All right, guys.
All right.
Love it. Okay, so we're going to jump over to our board here. I'm not going to forget to pull you guys back into the scene afterwards this time, because I did that on the last one. My bad. You guys are going to be, let's see, pilot and co-pilot. You guys are going to be, you are grinding crystals. Still don't understand what that is, but awesome. And you guys are doing that at a let's see. You guys are doing it at a hair salon. Okay? You guys can start the scene whenever you are ready.
Attention, everyone on the flight. We are going to be taking these crystals to the nearest bank to lock in that money.
Man, you just can't stop, can you? We're trying to get our hair done, and you just can't get out of the cockpit.
I can't get away from it, man. This is life I've been living.
Okay,
it's a great
good,
job,
good.
though, right?
So going back there, Tyler, do you realize that you guys weren't on the plane?
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, you did. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. I'm making sure that you totally understood that. So going into that, really embrace that. Embrace that in the setting that you're in. So you guys are where? The hair salon, right?
Hair salon.
Okay. So if he can't help but do that, which I absolutely love, and what was your what again? Grinding crystals, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you continue to grind the crystals. Talk on that from being inside of this hair salon or whatever, right? So instead, start grinding crystals. Don't talk about grinding the crystals. Instead, talk to the lady about fixing up your hair from a pilot perspective. I should see both of you right now should be grinding crystals, whatever that means to you, physically, and that should never stop the whole scene.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Hey man, you got that rose quartz ready, man? You got that ground up? Let me get some of that.
All right, here you go then.
Thanks, man.
Excuse me, you can take a little bit off the top, and we can get this guy smooth sailing back home.
Same line.
Linda,
You don't have. So let's go back. Let's start with the same ideal initiation. So let's let Tyler initiate here, okay? We're gonna initiate Tyler. Same idea, okay, that we went with, with you being in that chair, and you start grinding the crystals, and then talk to the hairdresser behind you. Nick, just hear it. Be the co-pilot who's listening and is frustrated by it. Like, you would love to just hang out with your friend, but he can't help but do this everywhere.
Okay.
And you can have the same response you had in the first scene, but now dealing with it in a different way. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's take it from the top again. Here we go.
All right. All right, Sarah, if you can take a little bit off the top, we can get smooth sailing back home to my wife later.
You just cannot stop, can you?
I don't know. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, we're in the hair salon trying to get our hair done, man, trying to get our hair did, and you just can't get out of the cockpit, talking on the fake radio to the fake
Good,
passengers.
stop there. Cockpit. Can't get out of the cockpit. So you don't need to keep speaking there, Nick. That's a slow down thing. That's a let him deal with the cockpit deal. Okay? So he's just said the cockpit thing. Deal with that, Tyler.
Off the cockpit?
Yep.
Well, I don't know, man. Cockpits don't have this much conditioner around.
My phone just did something. Hang on.
It's okay.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. It's going to happen. That's part of this. We get lags and things like that.
Oh, now you don't want to talk to me. Okay.
I tried to get out of it, man, but it didn't work out. Okay. So what do you mean conditioner in the cockpit?
I don't know, man.
So instead, let's go back, Nick. That was a ridiculous answer to your serious topic, right? You were very seriously, honestly going, hey, why can't you just be you, basically? And his response is, I don't know, man. There's not a conditioner in the cockpit. It should keep frustrating you because you want to have an intimate relationship. So deal with the fact that, once again, he's making it a joke.
Okay.
Okay. You can take it from your line, Nick.
Can't you just get real, man? Just get real. I mean, I know we spent a lot of time flying together, but this is like out of work, you know, so can't we just enjoy each other?
I mean, as the pilot, I'm always going to get the attention. As the co-pilot, you won't get the same thing I get, which is why I get the discounts and why I came to the place where we can both get crystals and cuts.
Okay.
I love
night flights. Night flights, you're the pilot. But during the daytime flights where it matters, I'm the pilot.
Oh, we're going to bring up the night flights, huh? The night flights. It's always the night flights. Because during the daytime, you know how it goes, man. I can't get up that early. I got to talk to my wife if I'm up that early.
Okay, good. So, Tyler, now we're throwing out too much. You feel that?
Yeah.
So,
I was trying to connect and had to know where to go.
So, trust Nick. Trust Nick. And it's funny being paired because Nick's going through the same thing. So you're not alone here. This is a huge struggle because all these ideas come to our minds, so many things. So for some of us, the struggle is nothing's coming to my brain right now. What the heck? And for others, it's I can't shut it off. There's 100 things right now. So for each improviser, each person, we teach differently. So what I want you to learn to do, that we're working on with Nick also, is slow down, trust your one idea. You gave a great response. So think of it this way. I gave the one thing. Now Nick's going to have to deal with the one thing. And then we pass that back and forth and trust each other. And silence is totally okay. I want you to learn, Tyler, to get okay with silence. Okay, good job, guys. Woo! Pilot, co-pilot. All right, back to our chairs. Okay, our next two performers here. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Okay. CJ and Marina, I'm going to let you guys go together. So we're going to stay here as a team. You guys are going to go together in a scene.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Ours was like way slower, so we were still in the previous scene, and then all of a sudden we heard CJ and Marina. I was like,
there's a 10-second delay. You don't got to worry about it. Okay, I'm going to pull up what you guys are going to be. You guys are going to be, we're going to be coach and athlete.
Huh?
Coach and athlete. We're coach and athlete. We are going to be, we're going to be dancing, and we are doing that in detention. We are the coach and the athlete. We are dancing in detention, okay? Let's start off by just dancing. So whatever that looks like for you guys, it could just be little moves like the scene, the whole scene, you're gonna be dancing, even if you're talking about something serious.
Okay, who's who? That's what we're gonna figure out.
So yeah, you guys will figure this out, and I know this is brand new for you, so I'll give it off to the reins to Marina. She will establish that through the first statement, which is called the initiation statement.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead.
So you did pretty good today. I know, I was really out there killing that, wasn't I? Yeah, you did really good until you tripped Stacy and she fell, and it caused a whole reaction with the rest of the team. Okay, well maybe if Stacy wasn't in my way and would have, this is what I'm talking about. This attitude. You have to learn to work with others and go with the flow. But I thought I was a star of the team. You are a star, but when you're the star, you have to let other people elevate with you. I mean, I have most of the points all the time. I mean, that's why we're here, right? Oh, you're missing the point. The point is you have to help the other teammates to connect the dots. That's what the star does. You can't be the star if you're not helping others with you. Does that make sense? It makes sense to a degree. I mean.
Okay, good. I'll stop it there. That is, oh my gosh, such a student typical response. Okay, let's go back. I want us to go back to dancing, and we're going to pick it up right from that dancing. Okay, we're going to talk on it some more. But I love this idea. I love what's going on. I love that you're both getting into the dancing. Okay, so from dancing right there, that typical response, I want you to try to stay serious, Marina, and deal with it from the coach perspective. And it's so hard to not break when something so funny is happening, but do your best to try and stay in that perspective, okay? We're gonna continue it right from that statement. Make that attitude-y statement again, something like that.
Hear that too. Okay, well, I mean, I was the one that got most of the points. That's why we're here. I mean, I'm the star here. You are very good at getting points for the team. However, it would be better if you could assist the other girls to also get points or to work with you. Well, Stacy has attitude and we're not best of friends. So it's hard to work with her. I know, but that's that's what somebody in your position does, is you learn how to work with everyone, right? You want to be captain of the team, so you got to learn how to maneuver and talk to everybody, right?
Yeah, you're right, coach.
Okay.
That's why you're my coach.
Yeah.
And scene. Awesome. Hey. Okay, cool. So the main thing we're going to talk about here is just the commitment to dancing. So the beginning part, you guys were totally just into it. Like right off the bat, you made the decision. So I was like, start dancing, and you just said yes. You said yes to it. You started moving. So is it weird that this conversation is happening during dance? Sure. But as long as you're both committed, it doesn't matter. And then eventually someone at the end of the scene reveals something, drops the mic, if you will, as to why you guys are having to do that. So I don't know what it might be. It might be like, okay, detention's over. You both get extra credit for the dancing the whole time, whatever. Like, I don't know.
I know. I was thinking about that too.
So we would have gotten there. We totally would have gotten
Totally
there.
forgot we're in detention.
And then she would have said that. It makes it so much better, right? I mean, the idea that you guys, and it's a serious conversation. That was a detention style conversation if detention was actually where people got help instead of sitting there quietly. Like, it was so cool because you were committing, you were listening, helping each other. She was having a lot of attitude because she took on the role of the high schooler. That high schooler that's got a lot of attitude and thinks they're the best, and then eventually you brought her to your side, which was really cool. So, good work, guys. Woo! CJ, way to do your first improv scene. Everyone give her a round of applause from home. Yay! Okay. All right, I'm going to bring Zoe in. Zoe will be our next performer here. If I can find it. Yep. Committing, we were listening, helping each other. She was having Zoe.
Okay.
Doop, 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 doop. Zoe, and making sure we get everybody here. I know there's somebody else I missed. Let me just check real quick. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. Just learning to run both things at once. It's fun. It's a good time, you know. Learning. Okay. Okay, I think we got everybody in a scene. So I'm going to have your sister jump back in. You go to do a scene with her. And if I miss anybody, then we'll go again at the end. Okay, we're going to go back to the board here. You guys are going to be, of course, it was dog, and I'm trying to remember what I said photo.
Photographer?
Yep, sure, that's what that probably was. Photographer and dog, and you guys are running a lemonade stand. At a bus station.
At a what?
Bus station. Yep.
Okay.
You are the photographer and their dog. You are running a lemonade stand at a bus station.
Okay. Sounds good.
Woo.
All right. Really work those angles, girl. We got to get more people to buy our lemonade. 50 cents! Oh, wow. This is going to be perfect for a promotional ad. Thank you so much. You know, I wish I had adopted you sooner. This is an incredible business that we're doing together. I love you. Oh, God. And just the way that you speak to me sometimes really creeps up.
Good. So I'm going to take it back, okay? I love this. I love that you fully embrace just the movement of it, Corinne. That's amazing. Okay. I love that if you've decided to add art before every talk. I think that's amazing. Didn't have to, but I like that you did it, and I want you to keep it.
So what I want us to do is still hyper listen like it's a real improv scene of two people talking. You can add the love, but go back to what she said there about the business. Like, I'm so glad that I'm in business with you. I love, you know, going in and go, I love you. Instead, let's deal with the business. So I would love for the dog to every time go, and then talk business.
That'd actually be really funny.
Right? So that's just going in, and same deal. No matter what we are, animal or otherwise, we still listen to what was just given based on last week, and we yes it and add to it. Okay? Cool. Let's jump back in. Let's go right from the business plan, like excited about the business.
Oh, I'm so excited to do business with you. You know, if we started selling 2 for 75 cents, we'd sell so much more. God, do any universities let dogs study economics? Because you're incredible. Thank you. Lemonade.
Good. So let's go back. The economics is now the last thing that was dealt with, right?
Okay.
So you got to answer that and deal with that. So the yes, thank you is great. Thank you is the yes that we talked about last week. Now we need a because. We need an add to that. So whether that's building on the economics and that you took economics class, which is,
okay.
But always, you're doing a great job of yesing. We always have to because, or else what happens is you yes, and then she has to come up with another new thing and figure out where to take it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Good. We'll go right from there and just do one more because I love the art.
You know, do any universities take dogs? Because you're just great at economics. Thank you. I actually studied at Berkeley. Impressive. Economics and photography.
Okay, good. So then now you want to question that, and we'll cut it here, but like she's now giving you, again, last thing. We want to deal with the last thing. Berkeley. She went to Berkeley. Bro, really? You got into Berkeley? Yep. Much better than Arizona State. Or what? And like you're like, yeah, I guess. Like, and your dog went to a better college than you. Like, it's like there's so many ways to go with there. We just want to, again, the big lesson for you guys is we've been yesing so well. We want to wait and we want to add a because based on that last thing that just happened. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. Good job. Woo!
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, guys. Okay. So, again, manipulating the app, it's awesome. We're learning, growing together. But if I missed anybody, when we come back together here, I'm going to bring everybody back in. Let me know, and we will still jump into a scene. Okay? So I'm going to bring everybody back over to the Zoom app. So let's all jump back into that right now. And you can mute your lives. We're going to spend the rest of the session together over in the Zoom app together. Thank you, guys. This is going to be some transition music while you transition. Ba, 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 da. I can't get Mario out of my head. Do, 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 do. Ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba, da. Ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da.
Let's all jump back into that. Oh, that scared me.
You all did such an amazing job.
Okay, I muted everybody for a second. Raise your hand if I missed anybody. Did anybody get missed? Anybody? Just looking around, making sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, great. Cool. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to unmute you for a second. Let's give each other a round of applause because that was awesome. Love it. Welcome, CJ, to your first improv class. So exciting. All right, so I'd love to jump around and just sort of hear from different people on what we took out of tonight. We got a few minutes to do that, and then I'll wrap up the class with you guys. So I'll have time for just a few. So I'll just jump around and do that. I'm going to mute you guys and unmute you when I call on you. Yay. Okay, cool. Tara, we will start with you. What did you learn tonight?
Really committing to the movement, no matter what it is, if it's dancing or whatnot.
Awesome. Love that. Woo. Brianna, yeah.
I forgot who this was from, but really trusting your scene partner, because when I trusted, I'm so sorry, Tara, it just kind of felt natural in a way. And
Absolutely. Trust is totally the foundation of improv. And so when you can learn to trust, you take so much pressure off yourself. Good. Absolutely love that. Cool. All right, wait. I can't see everything. Mom.
The relationship between the characters that are playing together, really get into that and then play off of what they say last, so that you're not getting into, some other topic and then it leaves the other person kind of hanging.
Absolutely. Like making sure that just that last thing is what we deal with. And again, our brains go so many places. We want to just keep going, going, going. It's always just like easier to take that last thing and emotionally react to it and deal with that one thing. Eliana, I saw your hand up.
That silence is okay, and it's cool to take your time and really just sink into the character.
I love that. As a matter of fact, I just want to speak on that from a life perspective. It's so important. It's so important that we're willing to sit in silence, and it can be super uncomfortable, both for scenes and for life. But if we can learn to do that, there's so much power in silence. You can discover so much about the character and what they're feeling, and for your own life, it's going to allow you to settle in and develop and strengthen all the relationships that you're in. Like, I'll just really quick tell a mini story here. One of my favorite memories is with my my grandpa Sweeney. I went over to his house one time to hang out. I assumed to spend time with him inside, talk and do stuff. And he just like threw out 2 lawn chairs outside, and we sat for like 3 hours and didn't talk at all. And it's like one of my favorite memories because we were just present with each other. We were in the room together, and it was powerful. And if you watch that on stage, you would be fascinated by just the relationship that's there because you can feel the connection. So that's awesome. Thank you.
I was going to say, when you were saying that, I think it was the co-pilot one you brought that up, that silence is okay. It reminded me of like, I always think like, I know my relationships have gotten somewhere when you can just be like silent together in a room. And,
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a huge indicator for that. Yes, Corinne. Hold on, sorry, I didn't unmute you yet. There you go.
I really want to work on this going off of the last thing that was said.
Cool. So, for you, what was new about that for you tonight?
I never really noticed it, and can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I never really noticed it until tonight, but when you pointed it out with like my scene with Zoe, how we needed to go off the last thing each other said, I realized I like haven't been doing that since I've been doing improv. So it's good to realize that I can grow there.
Awesome. Dude, let's all give it a round of applause from home because that's a huge discovery moment. Like, your scenes are all going to, like, seriously, you're going to have so much better scenes. That's awesome. Cool.
Thank you.
Nick, yeah. Nick and Nick's dog.
Yes. So I get kind of flustered when I start. You know, I have, like you said, I have all these thoughts going through my head, and sometimes it still feels like it's not okay to be quiet for a few minutes, not a few minutes, but you know. So going back to what I can't remember who just said that, but the silence is okay. To just stop and think and collect yourself for a minute.
Absolutely. And going into that, you can build on the yes because that Matt taught you last week. Within that silence, it's going to give you time to find even a more creative answer. That's so awesome. Good, Nick. Tyler, yeah.
Yeah, so same thing with the silence. Thank you for bringing that up and saying something about that. Because now it gives me something that I can work on for scenes. Because like with improv, it's second time ever doing it, so I don't know like when it's okay to be silent or speak. So just learning, trusting your partner and listening to everything that's being said.
Absolutely, man. And thanks for joining us. Second improv ever. Woo!
Yeah, thank you.
Love it. Truman, I see your hand up over there. What you got, my friend?
Every single word matters.
Totally.
Dude, it's so easy to just rush forward, but literally every single word inside of someone's sentence can tell us a story. That's awesome. Sarah, yeah.
Especially when we were given an activity, we don't have to talk about it. Like show, don't tell. And I personally learned I need to listen better.
Tell me more about that. Expand on that.
Well, even just like in our scene, you know, Alicia had said something about like, oh, I love all my animals and I want to help you with this and this. And I didn't hear that part about her loving all of her animals until you stopped and pointed it out. And so I thought, oh, I really need to listen better so I can go right to that relationship.
Absolutely. So the reason I asked, Sarah, is what I want to jump on here is everybody, whatever we have within improv, within life, I believe our greatest, whatever attribute we have, it's our greatest strength and our greatest weakness. So you, a lot like Nick, are very creative. Your mind goes all kinds of places that mine never goes, like that I would never even think of. And I'm like, oh, I absolutely love that choice. Now, with that same mind, it's going to be rapid firing ideas at you. And so to remember that you have to know that that's the case, know it's a gift, but also to use that and be responsible with it, be patient, listen, and wait until you respond, until you've really heard everything, because your brain is going to want to jump to the next thing. It'll hear one little piece and it'll jump into its creative mind. So that is so huge for you, Sarah, and I can't wait to see how that moves in your scenes moving forward.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Okay. Any others? Yeah, Dakota.
That don't go to the obvious with the role you're given.
Yes, absolutely.
So, like, yeah.
Go ahead, no, please.
Oh, no, just I was going to say, like, the pizza guy thing. Like, just don't talk about the pizza yet, like, immediately. Just kind of go into who you guys are and what you guys are doing, kind of a thing, and where you are even, rather than talking about what's obvious, kind of about your character if it's given.
Definitely, man. That's so awesome, because that's going to go to, again, every single scene you do. That never goes away. It's easy to play those things, but we know those things, so we're curious about the things we don't know. Mm-hmm. Very good. Thank you. Alicia, yeah.
I think going off of that, like with my scene, is that if you start out with the relationship, you can almost earn talking about something else, because that can influence the game, but it's important to start with the relationship.
Absolutely. Start with relationship, start with character. Awesome. Connor, yeah.
I would just say it can be difficult kind of like feeding off of emotions via, video chat. So it's more important, like what you were saying about listening, it's even harder. Just kind of really hone in and visualize what the act is that you're doing and where you're at. Just even more, you need to pay attention to that. Definitely felt that tonight.
Definitely. And I'll tell you, everything, going back to what we said to Sarah earlier, everything is a blessing and a curse. And you get to choose which way you take it if you're listening and being careful. So when we deal with this, it is a blessing that we get to do improv this way, because it teaches us to slow down, to listen. I've learned as a teacher even, because there are responses, there's sometimes lag in certain things that I will want to jump on something, and I need to wait until it's fully done, received it all, and then respond. And so there's so much growth we can learn both as human beings and as improvisers by having this crutch here, that then when we come back, if we can be this patient with each other on stage, our scenes are going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I agree.
Brianna, yeah.
I learned that you always have to agree. This just came up to me, but it's like even when you're like in a very antagonistic relationship, it's like you still have to find a way to agree and just like justify why you're there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. Okay. So here's how I'd like to wrap up. guys. I'm very thankful for you guys. We do not have class next week because there are 5 weeks in April. So we'll be returning the week after that. Gonna miss you guys. So as we close out tonight, there's gonna be 2 things. One, I wanna just express again just how much we love you guys and how thankful we are for you. It's gotten better. The tech's gonna keep getting better and we're just gonna keep growing. Same thing we ask you to do in improv as we move forward, we grow together. And so as we do that, I just thank you guys. Thank you for being a part of this Deering family. Thank you for continuing to share love. I'm gonna leave you guys in here. If you wanna take some screenshots and share out what we've got going on here and the experience you're having, that would be so awesome. You can just tag us at Deering Studio. And we're just very thankful for you guys. We want to keep spreading light and love. We're going to be making a lot of different videos on YouTube where we're just encouraging different people. Matt's making one right now that he's going through for all the nurses and all the people who are in hospitals and any care facilities. And so we're just going to try and put out as much positive content as right now as possible. And I'd encourage you guys to do the same. Very thankful for all of you. And so I'm going to wrap up class here by letting you guys hang out. You can end the sessions yourself, but also if you want to just build community at the end of this, think of this like outside of class. You got a jet, you can jet, but if you want to hang for a minute, for about 5 minutes or so, you can say hi to each other and show each other's animals, whatever you guys want to do. So love you guys so much. I'm going to unmute you guys, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye-bye, everybody.
Love you.
Love you. Hey.
Thank you.
Alicia, good job today. It was fun to play with you.
Yeah, it was fun to play with you too.
You all.
Good job, Wyatt.
Thank you.
Are we gonna show pets? I'd like to see people's
Yes,
pets.
Okay, here we
You
go.
all did a great job tonight. Good job, everyone.
I'll be right back.
You all did a great job tonight. Good job.
Hey, so did you, Dakota. Way to kill it.
Thanks, buddy.
Miss you, man.
There's Alicia.
I love you. I miss you guys.
Miss you too, man.
My dog.